Have you heard about the Big Five personality typology? Turns out there's a similar one for cats. A few notable studies wanted to figure out if cats have specific types. One particular study surveyed over 2,800 cat owners and analyzed their responses to develop a list of personality factors. Amazingly, they identified 5 major traits similar to the human Big Five personality traits. So how does it work? There are 5 different traits, and your cat will score high, moderate, or low on each of these traits. When you put these together, this combines into one cat personality. And this is where the magic happens. Turns out, depending on how your cat scores on these traits, they will need different kinds of care and attention. This is so important that in fact a cat with one personality can benefit from things that are completely bad for a cat with another one. So what are these traits? And how will your cat score on them? Trait 1. Skittishness. This is a super important trait. Think of skittishness as how likely your cat is to feel anxious or scared. A cat that scores high on skittishness is quite sensitive to changes. This means that any new item or loud sound can send them into a state of stress. You might see them hiding more often than not. For instance, introduce a new piece of furniture, and they may treat it like an alien spaceship for days. Loud noises like those from a vacuum or hairdryer can send them zooming under the bed. These cats also often tend to overgroom themselves. It's their way of trying to calm down, almost like a stress relief ritual. But when they do it too much, it can lead to bald spots, which is definitely not a good thing. For the chill cats with low skittishness, these guys are often unbothered by the hustle and bustle of a busy household. The vacuum cleaner? They might just hop on for a ride. Then there are cats in the middle of the skittishness scale. They strike a balance between caution and curiosity. They're the ones who might duck for cover at the first rumble of thunder, but will slowly creep back out as their curiosity wins over fear. They adapt to new situations, but it just takes a little time and some gentle encouragement. Depending on how skittish your cat is, they'll need different approaches in care. For the high-strung cat, routine is your best friend. Feed them, play with them, and clean their litter box at the same time every day. Introduce anything new very slowly and watch their reaction. Give them time to get used to the new stuff and always have a cozy hideaway spot ready for them. Their own little safe haven. Be careful with the brave-hearted cats. When bored, these guys can start jumping on counters or knocking items down to try and entertain themselves. So it's all about giving them new territories to conquer. How can you do this? Got an empty cardboard box? Put it somewhere your cat can explore it. Got many shelves at home? Consider clearing some of them out for your cat to hop on. Trait 2. Friendliness. This is all about how much a cat enjoys social interactions with both humans and other animals. Now, here's what's important. It's not about how much your kitty loves you. It's about their social comfort levels. A cat that scores high on friendliness is often the one who greets you at the door, follows you around the house, or jumps into your lap the moment you sit down. A word of caution here. These felines often show signs of distress when left alone for too long. So for these cats, ensure you're providing enough one-on-one quality time with them every single day. On the other end of the spectrum, we have cats that value their independence a lot more. They will still enjoy your company, but on their own terms. They may not seek out affection as often and may prefer to watch from afar rather than engage directly. Here's a game-changing hack. When interacting with these cats, allow them to make the first move. Once they see that you don't force interaction on them and respect their privacy, they will feel safer with you. And this, in turn, will make them more inclined to spend time in your company. Trait number 3, outgoingness. This is about how much cats act on their natural instincts to hunt and explore. Cats with a high level of outgoingness embody the essence of a hunter. They'll chase after laser dots, bat at dangling feathers, and pounce on toys with a gusto that's impressive. These cats are naturally curious and love to explore every nook and cranny of their environment. They need stimulation, and if they don't get it, they might become destructive. That's because they have all this pent-up hunter energy with nowhere to direct it. Now, what about cats who score low on this trait? These cats are more laid back. They may not be as eager to engage in play, and you might often find them lounging in their favorite spots, content to watch the world go by. However, this doesn't mean they should be allowed to become couch potatoes. In the long run, lack of activity can lead to health issues for your kitty, both physical and mental. The key here is to find what motivates them, and more often than not, this will be food. Instead of leaving food out for them to graze on all day, introduce set meal times. In a course of a week or so, they will get used to the new schedules, and this is the time for your strategic move. Just before the feeding time, engage them in a play session. A cat is at their most active when it's time to eat. This mimics the natural instinct to hunt for food and can help wake up that playful side. Plus, it helps manage their weight by controlling their food intake and boosting their activity level. For the high outgoingness cats, you won't need to work too hard to get them to play, but it's very important to have those interactive play sessions every single day. Trait number 4. Dominance. This trait is all about territory. It's especially visible in multi-cat households, but can also be spotted if you only have one cat. A cat with a high dominance trait will walk into a room, tail held high. They're not shy about making their presence known. You can easily spot these cats by noting where and how they choose to sleep. A dominant cat will often pick the most prominent spots to lounge, like smack in the middle of the living room, on top of the couch, or even on your keyboard when you're trying to work. They're comfortable out in the open, sometimes even sprawling on their back with their belly exposed, which is a cat's way of saying they feel totally at ease. On the flip side, a cat that scores low on the dominance scale tends to stick close to the walls or slink around the perimeter of a room, tail held low. Their sleeping spots are usually out of the way, hidden under beds, in closets, or in the darkest corner they can find. These spots offer a sense of security, a retreat from any potential threats, and the way they sleep often reflects their need to be ready to escape or defend themselves at a moment's notice, like the Sphinx position, where they're on their paws and ready to jump up quickly. So what can you do to make all cats feel at ease? Multiple resources. Each cat has to have their own space to claim as their territory. Their own litter box, food and water bowls, and resting place. Even if you just have one cat, it's helpful to have options for them throughout your living space. This gives them the chance to spread out, claim more territory, and feel more at ease overall. Trait number 5. Spontaneity. This is about how unpredictable or impulsive your cat can be. Cats that rank high on the spontaneity scale can be a little like living with a furry whirlwind. They're the ones that might be snoozing one minute and darting across the room the next, chasing after a shadow or a light reflection. Their reactions to stimuli are swift and often without warning. Variety and new things are the key for these cats. Playing with the same toy over and over quickly gets boring for them, so it's best to rotate their toys to ensure they always have something new to pique their interest. On the other end of the spectrum, you have cats with low spontaneity. Their day is likely to be a series of well-established habits. They have their favorite napping spots, their specific time when they come to you for cuddles and play, and they stick to these routines vigorously. These are the cats that will be really stressed out if you feed them even 10 minutes later than usual. The more consistent you are with them, the more confident and happy they feel. However, these felines will still enjoy new things if introduced correctly. For example, if you're buying a new toy for them, consider the ones they already like and what they have in common, be it the material, the form, or maybe the sound they make, and purchase something in the same style. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into your cat's behavior and well-being. See you in the next one.